Yes, we do.
Uh-uh.
No, we do. It's not about that. It's about
Okay.
something else.
Okay. As long as it's
No,
not.
it's not. No,
Okay.
it's not about that. I don't want to know. No, don't want. No, no, I'm not talking about that. It's fine. No, it's about other. It's about the other things.
Ah! Hello, Dinka!
Oh, I need to actually pull the chat open. Hello, Danker.
How are
Thank
you
you for
this
joining.
good eve?
Good evening.
Good evening. I did a little Tim Curry in there. Why don't you come up to the lab and see what's on the slab? Oh no, Nana says, oh, I timed that clip perfectly. Hello.
Nice.
Which clip? Did you upload a clip?
Yeah, I think I just got a notification come
All
through
right.
on Discord.
Perfectione.
Let's
Wow.
have a look.
My
Uh,
hair be sticking out.
oh, right, okay, yeah. Nana's just posted out a clip. I want to say big thanks to Nana because
Oh yes.
great stuff on the shorts. I don't know if you've seen the numbers on those,
I sort of did for a second because I uploaded a short that I thought I was uploading to my account, but
but it went to that.
it went to Rapid Reviews, so I had a little
Of
looky loo.
course,
And
it did.
yes, but I didn't know that's how that worked. I'm real smart.
Okay,
Anyway, how is everyone tonight?
yes, but the shorts numbers are doing quite well. They're doing very well, in fact. So, the one that we had of Brianna Toff
Yes,
got 106.
that's the one I uploaded.
Yes, but it still did well.
It did. It did. It didn't do
Yeah,
as well on my channel, so I've been messing with
probably
the
because it
title.
was elsewhere.
Possibly.
Yeah, but we've done all right with those. So yeah, big thanks to Nana for good stuff.
Ooh, round of applause.
Thank you.
Um,
Uh, so I think going forward, I'll talk to Nana about this one. Maybe what we should do is, over the course of the week, is I'll post highlights from the show from the week
that would
in
work.
the lead up. So yeah, it just gets a bit of look. So
Yes.
final week at the hell job before transitioning to the new next week. Good
Yep.
stuff.
Yep.
Hopefully
Danker.
the last week goes well.
Yeah, Danker got a new job. Thank goodness. He has been suffering for quite a while, actually.
Yeah, I think I
So,
remember seeing it before in
yeah.
other chats, so
Yeah.
I'm glad you're away.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nana, I'll send you a message after the show today or tomorrow, and we'll wipe it out.
Are the redeems turned on by any chance?
I have no idea.
Because I'm going to redeem myself
You,
tonight.
I was going to say you don't have to wait for the audience to redeem if you want to
But
start drinking.
I like
It
there
just
to be.
makes you feel a bit better about
Yes,
yourself.
I like there to be audience participation. This is a group event. We're a community.
Yeah,
Community
right. So I'm
that
going to
watches
run
me
some
drink.
tests.
Okay.
Right. So can I get some testes?
Woo! Thank you, Danker. Testy. 1, 2, 3. Yes, Danker is.
Testing, testicles, spectacles, wallet and
Wallet and
watch.
watch.
Well, it's actually the other way around, isn't it?
Yeah.
Spectacles, testicles, wallet and watch. But hey, it's fine. It does the job.
Yes. There is. Nana, there is a. There's a clip somewhere in that mess of clips that I made over on Rap Reviews many, many years ago where I think you were a guest on the show. I think it might be from the same show that you clipped from. I think. And I Pete
Um,
Pete misreads a sign that I have over here that says "Wake up, kick ass, repeat." Pete
yeah.
reads it as "eat ass."
Yes, I believe that clip is actually on the Twitch one rather than.
It is. It's on the Twitch one.
Yeah, it's not on YouTube,
No,
but
that needs to
it's.
be on YouTube.
Yes, please tell everyone on YouTube that I quote eat ass. Anyway,
uh,
I'm gonna check this sound file.
okay, Danger says, also I noticed the timestamps are no longer 24-hour military time, which does put me off slightly. I love military. Oh, is that in the chat? Um, Sadly, I'm seeing chat through Streamlabs, so it's all distorted. I can't tell who's watching. I can't tell who's talking. Uh, unless you're like talking directly at me, like Nana. Oh, I know which one that is. I'll post that as well. Okay, because that's one of my favorites. And Decker says, yeah, okay, yeah, that would be good. That would be hard to get used to. I think, anyway.
Huzzah! It came out well already on a first try.
Whoop whoop. Ta-da.
Timestamps are no longer two. Huh? What's the timestamps in related to?
Oh, to chat, like chat on Twitch. See, I don't have timestamps because I'm in Streamlabs, which means I can't see anything.
Okay. I mean, I probably like it's something I've been wanting to toy with doing at some point is adding timestamps to the show.
Oh, yeah.
But it just requires me to actually do more effort.
Oh,
And actually have a document open that notes the times.
hopefully this won't freeze the thing, but oh
It
no.
probably will.
Why won't it? I wanted to see stuff. Hold on. No, I guess I'll wait.
At some point, we probably do need to do it so that I stream off my end so that you can have shit open.
Who needs open shit?
No, but it also is something I want to work on where
Yeah,
the
I know.
games that we are talking about, maybe having some gameplay running in the background, have it a little bit more interactive, if you know what I mean, rather than just that screen.
Entirely possible. I need to get a second monitor, is what I need to do.
You only have one?
Yes, the other one broke when I was
Oh, yes, I remember.
moving in the new computer. And I'm lazy. I
Yeah.
haven't bought it.
But you'll gladly go and buy everything else but that.
Yes.
Cool. All right, great. Speaking of purchases that I made, I purchased the most exciting thing of all time.
What's that, Pete?
Wire brushes for a barbecue.
Oh, wow. That's amazing, Pete.
Welcome to adult life.
I know. For real, though.
But to be fair, I did actually finish this weekend putting the storage box on the balcony so that I could store away my table.
Oh, goodness. That's the one you posted. Anyway, yes.
I've lost her. She's in her iPad.
I know. I was looking at what short Anna posted, and then I had a giggle. Danker said that may need to be converted over to Streamlab for that feature to be implemented for gameplay showing. Yeah, it would have
It
to.
will be. Yeah, I know. We'll need to actually sit down and work on it.
Weirdly, Pete. Oh no, there it goes. I don't understand. Close Discord. I don't know. I don't understand Discord.
Yeah. So we need to discuss at some point in the future. So that might be a New Year feature, let's just say, when we try and rejig the show a little bit more. So we'll have gameplay footage because it's only been recently that we've actually started doing properly what we've been playing.
Yep.
Hasn't it? So we can try and include some footage and then actually have on the news articles to make it a bit more interactive with the live audience. Actually scrolling through the article and stuff like that, and show sources and all that.
Yep, that sounds good to me. I need this wine to start working.
It will eventually.
And then I'll be like,
Before
wait,
you
it's
know
too
it.
much. I have a weigh-in tomorrow. Yes. Are we about right? Also,
I actually have to go to the gym.
I go to the gym every single freaking day except Sunday.
I do not and haven't done since I've been on since holiday, and that was 2 months ago. I need to go back.
Yeah, I also only eat one time a day now, and I've lost a million pounds in weight.
That is not ideal.
No, it's not. My trainer's not happy, but look, I have a chin. I actually have a chin and a jawline. Can you believe it? And soon I'll have collarbones.
I mean, you had that anyway, but you know.
No, it was buried under layers of fat.
It was not.
But now it's starting to shine through.
I mean, you wouldn't. Oh yeah. Well, do you know that you wouldn't know this kind of hell because you're not a guy? So I shaved this morning.
Yes, my beard. I am a 5 o'clock shadow.
No, the worst part about it is when you go to have a feel around and you've missed a couple.
Oh yeah, I know what that feels like, Pete.
Oh yeah, fuck you. It's the worst, honestly.
Nana says Kylie could actually be super fit if she cut drinking, to be honest.
That is actually true.
This
It's
is
just
true.
empty calories, isn't it?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
What's my excuse then?
Move more.
I do. Excuse me. So for a day off where I had nothing to do, I still did nearly 20,000 steps.
That's really good. That's actually very good.
And I'd average about 12,000 a day
That's
when I go to
very good,
work.
Pete. Yes, because you walk to work.
Today I've done
Very good.
1,600 because I've done fuck all
Because
today.
it's Sunday.
No, because I've been round Rachel's parents, or mum's house, so I got the bus from here because it's too long of a walk.
Yes. Well, I think this is our audience for today, but that's okay. Do you want to
Probably, but
start?
I'm just gonna finish my tea. Thank you.
Chug, chug, chug.
Chugged.
That's what
Oh,
it's called.
just anyway. I mean, it would mean absolutely nothing to you, but I have got something new in the background. Hang on.
Okay, I don't have my glasses on. I can't see us.
So just putting it on record now.
Mm-hmm.
That Kurt Lewin, my friend who
Yes.
does the Never Watches, is the nicest guy in the world.
Yes.
So I came home to a parcel in the shop
Oh.
downstairs.
Yes.
And I was like, hang on a minute. I haven't ordered anything. Rachel hasn't ordered anything. What the hell is this? So these random parcels came in from Etsy from Kurt,
All right.
where it's a coaster
Oh, very cool.
and a picture frame showing the area in which my favourite football team is located.
Oh, now that's very thoughtful. That's very
It was
thoughtful.
very, very cool. He's a very nice guy. So thank you, Kurt. They look incredible.
That is very
And because the
thoughtful.
first one didn't turn up, he sent two.
Aw, now that's a good
So
guy.
he is a good lad. He's a
Yeah.
good lad. So yeah, just thought I'd show that because he does watch.
No, absolutely, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hello, Kurt. Well, I think he listens, but yes.
He listens on Goodpod, not Goodpods, Podcast Addict or whatever it is. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
whatever.
He did say earlier.
Yeah.
He did say earlier.
Ah.
Pocket Cast,
That's it. That's
which
it.
which I have now included in the links.
Oh, excellent, excellent. We have a few that listen from Pocket Cast.
They do, yeah, and we've got a few that are on Good Pods as
Yeah,
well.
Goodpods and Pocket Cast, yeah.
So you'll notice that the descriptions have changed a little bit because I am changing them and updating them, including all your TikTok link.
Yay! Can we talk about? No, we gotta talk about that after the show. I mean, not after the show. After I
Yes,
start the show. After I start.
yeah. You're going first, by the way, on games played.
Okay, I won't
I'm
disagree
leaving.
with that.
I'm leaving an air of mystery about mine for
Ooh,
now.
Pete, the man of mystery. That's what this episode should be called. Wow, I just cannot get these friggin' things clean. I bought special glasses wipes, and still ain't cleaning them. I don't know why I'm cleaning them, because I don't need it. Everything in front of me is a big blur. As long as chat doesn't talk. Oh, wait, there's chat. And then it says, oh, wait, I know why. Oh, Nana knows.
Well, someone's been in the Discord.
Oh, yeah, it's not me.
Wait, no. Right.
I get on Discord once a week. That's on Sundays.
And that's for the.
Except when Mike Tindo interviews me, which we will be talking about
Oh,
very
I know.
briefly.
I saw that earlier, so I'm
Yeah.
actually going to include that in your games.
Ooh, okay. All right. Well, let's get it started.
Yeah. Right. So we're going to start in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to Rapid Reviews Radio Podcast, episode 209. We are doing fine. I am your co-host, Kiley Wilde, and I'm joined by my ever-present co-host, Pete Beckett.
Hello. It's hot as balls.
I don't know how balls are hot because I don't own any. Figuratively.
No, you don't.
I was going to say figuratively, and also I don't.
No, but the God, I can't even talk today. Jesus Christ. Hello, I'm English, clearly. Me talkie. Me no language.
Words come out your mouth. While you talk about
Christ.
sweaty balls.
Okay, because Sweaty Balls is now the new episode title. Brilliant, well done. Well, at the moment, it could change.
Yeah, it could change. It is dynamic, ever changing, ever more metamorphizing, and mutating.
And clearly, we both cannot talk today. This is going to be a great show.
I drank wine. That's my excuse. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh, yeah.
Um,
So Baker says, "Quick, dig yourself out of this hole." I
Never.
enjoy. Oh wow, that was gonna come out really wrong. I enjoy being in this hole. Do not clip that. But see,
Oh, it could have been worse.
it can always be worse. It's my mouth. And I've had wine, but see, I'm a little bit turned around. This is the problem. That's what she said. Because usually what I do is go, Pete, how's your week been? But Pete has now asked that I go first.
Kylie, how's your
Me.
week been? What have you been playing?
I
There you go.
don't
Is that better?
remember. Okay, so now I have to remember.
I know one of them.
I'm trying to remember what Mondays. Let me look. I gotta look this up, guys. I'm sorry.
You played a certain pigeon game.
Yeah, I know, but that was Wednesday. I'm
I
trying.
know, but I'm just saying.
I'm trying to remember what I played on
This is
Monday.
great for the audio
I
listeners. You're just going to
know.
sit there and enjoy some silence.
Was that really Monday? Did I just play Hitman? I think I was doing something Monday, so I just did. What? What was I doing?
Yep, Danker is confirmed. Hitman.
Okay, I have no idea because I can barely remember the previous 24 hours. I was doing something Monday, and I got home just in time to stream. So I streamed Hitman, which is a great, like, my chat loves it. I've got new followers from it. Mike Tindo, best friend of the show, brought in one of his mates. That's how you guys say that, right?
His pals,
His
buddies,
Pally Wally,
friendos,
friendo, uh, and he was a
hop geezer.
sure. He was a Hitman fan, or is a Hitman fan. I say he. I don't know. That this person was a Hitman fan, and they followed me, and I appreciate it so much. Although that was on Friday, I think. But yes, so we started with Hitman. We started the week off with Hitman, World of Assassination. Absolutely love that game. To bits and pieces. Uh,
So is that package? It's now all of it combined, isn't it? So it's
mhm,
Hitman 1, 2, and 3 missions all within one
yes,
big hefty package.
and yes. Uh, as Danker says, which will make sense here in a second. And when annoyed with them dicks, that's gonna make sense here in a second. I promise. Uh,
Okay.
so then I played Hatoful Boyfriend,
Yeah, I've
which
always pronounced it hateful boyfriend, but I could be wrong.
no, it's Hatoful. Um,
Okay.
Now, here's an interesting thing. Well, there's several interesting things about that game. That game is super old. I watched Danny
Yes.
O'Dwyer stream it when he worked for GameSpot. That's how long ago.
Damn, that's old.
Yeah, exactly. But it's always stuck with me because it's a weird game, and it's like Doki Doki Literature Club. It's just not 100% what it appears to be. And then I figured out why when I loaded it up, and the loading screen came right at my face. That's what she said. It's Devolver Digital. I didn't know it was a Devolver game this whole time.
I Wow, that's news to me. I didn't know either.
I didn't either. I don't know if Devolver bought them or Devolver developed it or
It's
what.
probably that they published it.
Maybe that. All I know is I love it because I have to do 15,000 mazillion gajillion voices. And I love doing that.
And
And
how many of them involve pigeon squawking?
we'll see. No squawking. There is cooing. Coo,
Oh,
coo.
oh
But
dear.
Nana says, I think Devolver just published the Steam release. Oh, okay. Dacre says, no, it's a shock to many. Oh,
Big banner
Banhammer.
hammer, please. Wonderful. Let's
Good.
carry on anyway. Who cares about
Yes.
him?
I was drinking. That's my excuse for everything. But anyway, so I played that. Had a great time with chat because chat likes it when I do silly voices, and they like dating sims. I'm having a very bad feeling that dating sims are going to be added to my repertoire.
Thank you.
So that'll be fun. But I get to do voices, so that's all that matters to me. And it makes for great content. Okay, so then Friday happened. So I had a little nosy through the Epic store because they were having a sale, and I really do like their sales and their free stuff and blah blah blah.
Oh yeah, sure. I forgot about that.
Yeah. And so I picked up a game called Gray Dawn. It was marked like way down, like from like 8 pounds or something to like 2 or under 2.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah,
If it's
but
good.
um, yeah. Dagger says, yeah, especially with that realist upcoming sim. Yeah, you may have to. Yeah, I know. I saw that. But yes, Gray Dawn. It already had a shaky premise because it was about a perverted priest. So I was a little like, okay, but look, it's 2 pounds. If it sucks, I haven't lost anything. Um, so I loaded it up. It was terrible from start to finish. I didn't even have anybody in chat for that part because that's how quick it was that I played that. And
Wow.
then
What,
yeah,
because it wasn't very good?
it wasn't very good. But then I so this is something that happens to me quite often. Tanker can back me up on this. Sometimes I get stuck in things for some reason in games. It doesn't matter. It can be a AAA release, it can be an indie release by one person, one developer. I get stuck. I don't know why. I guess because I like to explore things. And on this one, I got stuck in front of the gramophone, phonograph, whatever that thing's called, the record player with the big speaker.
That'd be a phonical. Yeah, I can't
That
remember.
thing. Yeah,
Gramophone.
whatever. I don't know. Whatever that thing is. I got stuck. I could like there was no way off. I was like escape everything. I had to control alt delete that shiz and get out there, and then we just played Hitman.
Because of course.
But and that went very well. And all my chat came back and we had a great time. But Thursday. Tee hee hee.
Thursday. Oh yes, of
Thursday.
course.
I got okay. First, I will say that I'll just for rapid reviews. I was gonna say customers. That's not what I mean. Rapid reviews, listeners and watchers only. This is a sneak peek. Behind the scenes. Yeah, exactly. Nana's like Kiley's mentality. When in doubt, Hitman. Exactly. We've always got Hitman in the back pocket. It will always work. It's my old reliable. Um. Plus, I love it. Plus, for some reason, it gets frickin' I caught myself.
Nice.
Frickin' numbers on YouTube. I have no idea why, so I'm just gonna keep making content out of Hitman. I love it, so it works. But that wasn't what I was gonna say. Tuesday, actually, Mike Tendo, best friend of the show, said,
When
"Kylie, hmm?
when Mike Tendo records, it is quote the best day of their lives. For you, it was just a Tuesday.
Ah, that was good, Pete, because you had me there. I did not see that coming, and that's what she said. And so, so Mike's like, "Look, you want to be on this podcast and show, and I'm ready to record on Tuesday." I was like, "Sure, we'll do that." So we did it. We played an hour of Doom, and I loved it. It was great because I love Doom, obviously.
So so that's Doom 1 and 2 remastered, isn't it?
Yeah, and on this we just started with Doom. And we had a great time. Nice little chat. It was wonderful. I got to say all kinds of like wise old lady stuff to the new up and comers in the new generation.
And
Uh
slag me off the whole time, probably.
well, no, not at all.
Yes. Remember, I
Not,
listen.
I was gonna say not in this one. So we got
Oh.
we said goodbye, and I left, and I ran away, ran so far. And then Mike went to play it, and it was not there.
Oh. What?
Apparently, it worked for you. It worked for Max. It worked for somebody else that was recording that week, but I don't remember who. I forgot who he said. Was it Rowan? I don't think so. I don't remember.
It might have been Rowan.
It might have been Rowan. It did not work for me.
Oh.
So there
So
was
you
an
got to
hour.
re-record.
So we re-recorded Thursday night.
Oh, that would be why I saw it twice then.
Yes. So
Okay.
so stay tuned for that. We will be sharing that in the Rapper Reviews Discord. I have the link. I need to send it to you, Pete. But Oh, looky there!
Hello.
Oh, that was great. So Danker says, yeah, that Doom remaster came out from nowhere. Yes. And the free upgrade path to owners of the original, it was great. Yes. Absolutely. Love that they did that. And then Mike Tindo, best friend of the show, says, I guess the time has come for me to come out of the shadows. Haha. I didn't want to influence anything like guilting you into mentioning our podcast. I've been listening the whole time.
Well, to be fair, it's involving the games you've played, which just so happens to be Game and Talk or Talk and Game or Game
Game
and
and
Chat.
chat.
Sorry, it's very similar to another podcast I've heard called Game and Talk. So it's
I like Game and
yeah.
Chat better.
So do I.
Yeah, maybe that's just my bias showing, but I do. And my title over there, which I absolutely adore, Pete is best friend of the show because
Yeah.
Mike is the best friend of the show here. But I am the first lady of Game and Chat, and I love it.
Oh, so you're the Chun Li of the podcast.
Yes!
Hooray!
Ah! Decker says, oh
Uh,
yes, Spawn.
yes, part of the Spawncast
Yes,
network. That one.
Pete
Yeah.
loves that whole
No,
network.
well, that's
Or
not
he
that
used
now.
to.
I'm not particularly fond of that particular show.
Oh, okay. But yes. So I got to play Doom and Doom 2 a little bit this week, and I loved it.
Amazing.
It
And how does the cross-platform play work with the online?
well, see, now that was very interesting. Mike Tendo says basically the initial recording only saved the audio and not the video. Oh, okay, I had it flipped.
Oh, how annoying.
Yeah. Um, but it actually the crossplay did really well. There wasn't any lag because obviously it's Doom. Doom 2. I'll tell you what though. I
Yeah, but you'd think with the different infrastructures, like you playing on Xbox and Mike
yeah.
probably playing on Switch,
Well,
there'd be some sort of
I was
latency.
I was actually on PC.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, but here's what's funny about that. In my whole life, I've never played Doom on a controller, and I just thought I'll just do it just to see. I really had trouble adapting to the controller on Doom, which is
Ah,
weird because I hate keyboard and mouse. We know this. This is an established thing both on my channel and here. Because I'm a console girl at heart, but I didn't grow up on console. I grew up on PC. Um,
which is interesting. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
if it's all you've ever played Doom on, like the
Mhm.
original Doom and Doom 2, then you're just going to default into that natural way of
Oh
playing.
no.
It's kind of like me trying to play UT with a controller. That would never happen.
Oh right, exactly. See, I can't even imagine playing UT with a controller.
You
Mike,
probably couldn't at the time. That's why.
no, I definitely couldn't. Mike says we was left with a black screen. Yes, we were. Which is crazy. But that means we could have put anything up. We could have been like, woo. But, but I had a great time. I love Doom. Doom was such a huge part of my life that time. Um, Mike says, I know where this is going. Yep. Uh, but um, but stay tuned. Um, I think Pete's episode is your episode already out or is it coming out?
Oh, it's live.
Okay, it's live now. Okay, so
Yeah.
Pete's episode's live. Mine will be live shortly. I still will put the link in Rapper Reviews Discord. Uh, and that's how my week went. Pete, how about? Wait, let's see. Yes, I did. That's right. On the first go around, Mike Tindo says Kylie dual wielded a controller and a keyboard. I did because I couldn't
That's
figure out.
cheating.
No, I couldn't figure out how to open doors with the controller. I only knew spacebar on the keyboard.
Oh, don't, because one of the games I had trouble with earlier on in the week. I'll talk about that in a minute.
Oh, okay. Well, for all our listeners and watchers out there, if you play Doom on a controller, it's A on an Xbox controller. A is
Of
space
course.
bar. But anyway, Pete, how was your week? Woo!
So it's been another really, really busy week. It's getting closer and closer to an event that I'm doing. So,
An
you
event
know,
you're doing?
uh, an event that is happening later on in the year that
Uh-huh.
I don't talk about on the podcast.
Yes.
You'll know about it in the future.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, so I've had a lot going on with work and stuff to do with that, but that still doesn't mean I haven't got time for games because I've had a lot of time for games this week, which
Mm-hmm.
has been great. So,
Yes.
It was so Thursday night, I think it was. Yes, Thursday night. I jumped on with my crew for a first time in a long time.
Ooh.
Most of them have been busy. One of them got married not too long ago, so has been busy with honeymooning and stuff like that. So jumped on, played a couple of games of Rocket League. I won't talk about Rocket League. It was sweaty and horrible and disgusting because it's Rocket League.
That's what she
Um,
said. Ah.
no,
Yeah.
but the main game that we play together, or one of the games that we usually play together, is Fall Guys. So I've been back playing Fall Guys for a few hours this week,
Right.
and I would say since the last time that I played it, the matchmaking has gotten considerably better because one of the updates completely screwed the pooch.
Right.
I'm still a little bit disappointed because when I first played that game, it was 60. Then it got reduced to 40, and now it's 32.
Right.
So, don't know why. It's a bit stupid. But
Well,
that doesn't mean that the
personally,
game isn't still enjoyable. And
we used to
they
have a
must have
lot
done
of fun
something.
on that.
It's great. I still love the game. It's one of my go-to games to play when I'm sort of bored.
I know,
Um,
but it was me, you, and Kieran.
yeah, it was still fun. I remember the first,
Yes, I'm
like,
saying it was fun. I miss it.
it was one of the first games that I actually streamed. Do you remember that when I would
I
first picked the
do.
game up and I
Yes.
was like, what do I
Yes.
do? What do
Cause
I
me,
do?
cause that's when we had just met Kieran. It
Yeah,
was me and him in chat, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, your shark
yeah,
outfit's so cute."
yeah. I know it was weird, and that became sort of an obsession.
Mike Tendo says, "Hey, I played Fall Guys this week too. I know who he played it with." But we'll save that.
Oh,
That was
I think I know who,
yeah. That's
but
that's
well,
that's when they're
okay,
ready to release that
yeah,
episode.
of
That's
course. Anyway, but yeah, so yeah, it's still a lot of fun. I have noticed as well that there's been an update to it probably relatively recently, because the variety of mini games that you're getting is a lot more variety.
oh right,
Sorry, so it's not mostly the same stuff coming up because
right. Because that's it would do that a lot. I
yeah,
remember
there's
that.
a better rotation at least. So
Yep.
yeah, a lot of fun, a lot of fun. So yesterday I actually had quite a free day. I'm not gonna lie, so I got a lot of gaming time in. Um, I'll talk about Street Fighter 6 because this is going to be an ongoing game for quite a while. Still playing some ranked matches, trying to improve my rank. I'll keep coming up against some quite um, tough opponents and a lot of characters that I haven't actually played against properly. So I managed to run up against some really awkward Bison player who was just head stomping all the way and all of that. That was hard work. But I'm a character loyalist, so I've been playing. I don't know if you. So you know the roster of Street Fighter to
I
some
I
degree.
do to some degree. Yes.
So do you remember the character from Final Fight called Guy?
Yes, I do.
So he in the new game, he has an apprentice called Kimberly, who is a
Right.
Bushinryu ninja with
Ooh.
spray cans. So that has been my character since day one, and
Right.
I've played her since the beta, since WASD actually. She was the one that I really like the look of. So regardless of what, no matter what, I'm not dropping her until Terry comes out.
Right.
Um, so I'm starting to get a lot more familiar with because she's very awkward. She's a very mix-up heavy character because she has a lot of interesting combos that you can use and a lot of mix-up like mind games that you can use with different command normals or command moves that you can use. So she has a run, and then she has different follow-ups from that. So um, it's about trying to trick your opponent into whether or not you're going to go medium, you're going to go high, you're going to go low, overhead, and all that sort of thing. So
Right.
just trying to make sure that like you switch it up a little bit to keep them guessing. And I'm starting to get a lot more familiar with that I can start catching a lot more people out. So it's
Right.
taken me a long time to figure her out properly,
Cool. Cool.
but I'm
Cool.
still not quite there because a lot of the mechanics of the game with the new system that they have, which is like the drive reversals and drive rushes and stuff like that, are all still very awkward to me.
Yeah.
But I'm getting there. So the road to Evo is looking a lot more kind, let's say. But I'm still
Excellent.
probably going to go 0-2 unless I can still get a lot more time in, and you know, before then.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you'll be able to.
Yeah, I came up against an Ed player who was probably the best Ed player I've seen for a while.
Right.
Oh my god! And there are a few Ake players as well, and Ake is a very strange poison-based character.
Right.
Oh dear! So if she touches you with a poison move, then your health just drains until you hit her.
Did you say poison boob or poison move?
No, poison-based.
You said poison boob.
I said poison, but no, you heard what you wanted to hear.
I wanted to hear boob, so I heard boob.
Okay, well, she probably has poison boobs.
I don't want to think about
Um,
that.
anyway, it's actually not a main game that I've played this week though.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Shocked.
Um, so there was a message that went out in the Rapid Reviews Discord earlier on in the week,
Right?
and it included some codes to a playtest.
Right.
The playtest and the beta that is currently ongoing that I have been playing.
Right.
Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
Yeah, so how is that?
I might surprise everyone by saying this. This is the best that Call of Duty has been since Modern Warfare 1.
Ah, see? Oh,
Modern Warfare 1 on 360. I am completely enamored with this game, and I didn't think I ever would be. In fact, I even got an hour in before the show today. I've been playing it quite a lot this weekend, and I'm surprised that I have been. I think I will be playing this day one when it comes to Game Pass. I won't pay money for it,
right.
but because it's on Game Pass, I will be playing the ever-loving crap out of it, because this is so incredibly decent. I am
Right?
surprised. They've got some really good weapon balance in it from what I can figure. I'd say the shotgun is quite underpowered though,
Right.
which is a bit of a disappointment. But so far I've only played 4 of the maps, which 3 of them are quite small and contained, and 1 of them is quite large. I quite like the large map, but there is one map that I don't particularly like, which is around it's like a shopping district. It's
Right.
not the greatest map. Um, and the game modes that I've played are Team Deathmatch and Domination.
Hmm.
Uh, I really like Domination.
So do I. Oh, wait, you're talking about Black Ops.
Yes, I am. So one of the key things that they've actually included within this game, and it's probably more of a what would I say? It's probably more of a response to the fact that Call of Duty has probably felt stale for a long time,
It
or
has.
a lot of people have probably said the same thing over
Yeah.
and over, and the fact that you've got other games out there like X Defiant. They've introduced something called Omni Movement.
Okay.
So, everyone who's played Call of Duty recently knows that there is a slide. There's been a slide for quite a while. But you can now dive and shoot, and you can dive in 360 degrees.
Right.
So say you're sprinting, you can dive backwards and keep shooting whilst you're doing it, sideways, everything.
Huh.
So it completely changes some of the meta game.
Yeah, I'm kind of into that.
Yeah, it's one of the things that
I'm
that's
gonna like
made
this.
me really love this, because
Yeah.
the movement options on previous COD games has sort of felt very static. It's felt very
Yeah.
much like a 360 game.
Yes.
This is finally the first time in a long time that it's actually felt like an advancement.
Real.
And
Oh, see, I like
it's
that.
what now has made me feel like I could probably play this a lot, because it felt weird going to play other shooters and then going to play Call of Duty like Warzone,
Yeah.
and you're like, why can't I do this? Why can't I do that? Oh wait, that's because they barely update the game because they bring it out every year.
Exactly. They just retread with a different
Y-
coat of paint. Yes. 100%.
mm.
Um.
But but yeah, I would highly recommend anyone who's on the fence about this game, because I was on the fence. I think it was when we saw it at the Jeff Keighley opening night live,
Yeah.
where I said I was somewhat interested in it. That interest led me to go and get the code for the beta, and there is an open beta next weekend, I
Okay.
think, or in a week. I can't remember the date. I'll post it at some point. I think it might either be open to those who've pre-ordered the game or just open to anyone. So if you're on the fence about it and it is open to all, just go and try it. It's worth a try. It's great fun. And I never thought I'd say that about a Call of Duty game.
Yeah, I'm totally intrigued now. Which does remind me, I probably should say this at the end, but I'm gonna say it now. Because I've had a lot of wine and I'm just gonna talk. Uh, so Monday's the days that I play shooters
Mm-hmm.
normally, or FPSs, or looter shooters, or whatever. I'm playing a brand new game on Monday.
What are you playing?
Pete, take a guess. What's a new game that's out that I want to play that you are like, ugh, I'm so done with that universe?
Star Wars Outlaws?
Yes! Yes. So,
Oh, that
this.
game looks like shit.
Hello, Flame.
Hello, Flame.
Hello, Flame. How are you this evening?
Yeah, I hope you enjoy it because I hope other people get
Well,
enjoyment out of saying I don't. That game looks freaking terrible.
well, let me say this. Ignore what Pete's saying right now. But come and, yes, Danker. Danker said, oh,
Yeah,
StarCraft.
you should
Uh,
definitely live long and prosper.
Yes. But if you are looking for entertainment on Monday between 7 and possibly 8:30. I kind of cut it short before 8:30. Um, but 8:30 at the latest. Come join me over on my channel, which is twitch.tv/KILEY_WILDE, which I will repeat at the end. Come watch me play Outlaws really badly. It'll be
I'll
fun.
try and stop by if I can. I'm not interested in the game, but I'll be interested to see your take on it.
Oh, there you go.
And if I can't, I'll be interested to hear about it next week.
Oh, there you go. Flame says, "Am good. Hope you are doing well. We are doing very well. Thank you so much, Flame. It's good to see you here."
A-okay.
Uh,
Thank you.
let's see. It says, and somehow Pete was the one that cursed this time, right? See, it's
I
not.
don't know if that's an intentional spelling mistake there by Danka, but that's great.
So we are in for a treat for Star Wars tomorrow. Star Wars, yes.
Yeah,
Uh,
Star Wars.
yes. Star
It's not
Wars.
Star Wars.
Star Wars. Oh, well, I guess. Well, that'll be.
Well, it's a new
Well,
game. It's going to happen.
yeah, that was not intentional.
Oh, well, doesn't matter. It's fine.
Make sure you
Whatever.
make sure you mention that. That was not intentional at all. Um,
Nah.
crap. Maybe I'll move that then.
No, don't. Just save it.
Well,
Just do
okay.
what you gotta do. Just don't worry about anyone
Well,
else.
I don't want to spoil it for his audience. But
So,
yes, I am looking forward to it though because I do love Star Wars. Non intentional. Yes, it was completely not intentional.
no, I think he meant his Star Wars.
Oh, yes. But I do love Star Wars. Oh, did y'all see? Hey, folks, I'm gonna head off now, but I will give you a listen on Spotify tomorrow. Thank you,
Thank
Mike
you.
Zito, best friend of the show.
Thank you, Mike. I look forward to hearing the next
Woo,
episode.
woo. Yes,
Watching the next episode.
I was gonna say, watch it.
Well, sometimes I listen, sometimes I watch.
What was I gonna say? I've been drinking. What was I gonna say?
Nah,
Oh,
really.
did you see? I did not see this show, but Mike says it's out tomorrow.
Woo!
Woo! Yeah.
Quick, before you forget your point again.
They canceled the Acolyte from Disney.
I, I know, and I was happy about it because it looks like absolute crap.
Oh my goodness, Mike says it will be a favorite of Kylie's. It's Hitman.
Yeah.
Nice. Very nice. I will look forward to that. No, I currently look forward to it. I will enjoy it.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yes. But Pete, has that wrapped up our week in review?
That has rapid reviewed it.
Wrap it up that week,
Yep.
boy. So this is where Pete takes over because he does all the work and finds the stories for the week, and then I give
Mm.
my opinion.
Well, we both do, but you give your opinion first.
I just kind of jump in there and just say, hey,
Sure.
this is what I think about it. Yes.
Okay, so I'm just going to tell you now.
Hmm.
One of the big things we're covering is Nintendo Direct.
Right, I knew that. Does anybody want to redeem more wine?
But we'll do it later because there are some other stories that have come out first that we need to discuss.
Also, look what I have. So, tangent time.
Yeah,
So,
thanks. Well done to those who are listening. She's holding up a rubber poop,
it's a
multicolored poop.
it's a beautiful blue and purple, my two favorite colors together, blue and purple,
Poop.
poop. Because uh,
Smiley face.
over on my channel, the main character is called Poop. Every time we do a show, it's PEWP. And I said, "Oh, poop is good luck in Japan." Yes, Nana. And somebody sent me a poop, so
Nice.
I have a good luck poop from Japan. And you're not gonna believe this, but it smells really good.
For the first time ever, a poop smells good.
It smells like blueberries.
New episode title: My poop smells like blueberries.
Maybe don't call it that. I don't think that would be good for the algorithm. It does smell really good.
Sorry, it's in the ether now. It's
Oh,
done.
great. But anyway,
I've wrote it down. It happens.
everyone meet Poop. Yay. Anyway, yes, I'm going to redeem my own wine. Go for it, Pete. What's today's
Speaking.
hot topic?
Okay, speaking of things that might be interesting or might not be, or things that might be poop.
Sure.
Do you happen to remember a game from the Saturn, PS1, and PC era?
Probably. That's my era. Go for it. What is it?
Okay. Do you also happen to remember that there was a studio once involved with Nintendo that went defunct?
Well, there was several, but yes, what? Tell me about it
That
now.
went and split off and made their own thing and then went defunct in the mid 2000s?
No. Tell me.
You do, but let me tell you,
Yeah, tell me,
because
Pete.
this studio has been revived.
Is it called
And
Revive?
they no, and they have Danku, you ruined it. God damn it. Anyway, Argonaut Games.
Right.
Argonaut Games has been revived and has announced a remaster for Croc Legend of the Gobbos, and it will be released later this year.
Like, Croc is great. Don't get me wrong. I did enjoy Croc. What about Gex, man? Is Gex ever coming back? No, the answer is
No,
no. Uh,
no,
but I
never.
want Gex to come back. I love Gex. But Croc's great too. So I'm glad.
Any-
I'm glad about that.
Anyway, the game will come to console and PC in 2024. No specific date has been shared. So, quote, I work closely with Argonaut founder Jez San on design and production of Starglider, Argonaut's first big game in 1986, said co-CEO Gary Shinwald. Sheenwald? Oh.
Sure.
So to take up the mantle of relaunching Argonaut games nearly 4 decades later brings me full circle, and we have further exciting announcements in the pipeline in the coming months. So further Argonaut games titles are also planned for a revival, but these are yet to be formally announced. So yes, I'm not going to go too much into this because there was a press release. Well, I could read the press release if you want.
Just the highlights.
Croc Legend of the Gobbos, Argonaut's 1997 multi-million selling hit, features Croc, a lovable crocodile who embarks on a quest to rescue the Gobbos from the clutches of the evil Baron Dante.
Gobbo sounds like a racist name for a race that doesn't exist.
Correct. It kind of does.
It sounds racist.
Yes. So let's not read any more of the press release. What do you think about this? Because I'm interested here to see how you feel.
I'm very happy about this. I assume it's going to be a platformer.
It is a very early 3D platformer
Yeah,
from that era. It
exactly.
definitely shows.
Yeah. I that was the era where I was a PlayStation girl. I also had a Sega
Hmm.
Saturn though, and a Sega CD, um, and Dreamcast. See, that was my big time era.
Different consoles.
Yeah, no, I
Different
know.
eras.
That's what.
I know, but
But
yeah, you're
I
in.
had like
So you're now
five.
going full circle.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like Crash, Gex, Banjo Kazooie, like every platformer that was around in those like 3 to 4 years
Yep.
thing. So this sounds great to me. I'm very happy about this. I will gladly take a look at it. Because the
Mm.
thing is, like, we love side-scrolling platformers. We know this. You can't beat it. Prince of Persia, the new Prince of Persia, that was very cool. That came out this year.
Yep.
That's very cool. It has that kind of throwback feel to the 2D side scroller. But there's a whole nother kind of like element when it becomes a 3D platformer. Was 3D great at the time? Not for everything, no.
It was pretty awful for some
Yeah,
things.
Mario 64, I'm looking at you. I don't care what anybody says. I cannot stand Mario 64. Um, it was just the cameras, the angles, it wasn't great. Oh, and
I think the problem is, right, and I'm not defending Mario 64 in any way, shape, or form. The level design is fantastic. The way that Mario controls in a 3D space is really good. It is let down by an appallingly bad camera and terrible
I
frame
will,
rate.
yes, I'm gonna actually agree with you there. It is absolutely the camera. Dager says it caught me off guard, certainly, but it seems to be a craze recently for PS era games coming back. What with Gex 2? I hope Gex comes back. I love Gex. Mike says camera. Yeah, it was definitely the camera, but that was so true for so many of
It
the
was a
games.
symptom of the very early 3D games, and I
Yes.
think this is one that suffers from that because this came out pre DualShock controller, so camera
Oh
control
God.
was very awkward on this game as well. And the problem is, I remember this game very, very well. I played the
I did too.
living hell out of this game when I was younger.
Yeah.
It does not age well by today's comparison, so I wonder how it's going to work in a modern generation.
I wonder that too. But I'm well see that's the thing like nostalgia nostalgia ain't what it used to be. But
No.
like they sell us on nostalgia, but sometimes when
Oh,
you
they
go
do all the time.
yeah, but sometimes when you go back and you watch those movies or those TV shows, you're like that wasn't as good as I remember actually. And
But
that
this is
is
the problem.
that's my fear with games as well is that also um oh, Jenger says no, it is coming back with a limited run. Ooh, or with limited
Yeah.
run.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay, I'll
But
be looking
but
into
this
that.
is the thing is that you know we're getting to an age now where obviously people our age are having kids and they're wanting to introduce some of the games that they played as kids to their kids. So they're banking heavily on the nostalgia factor. And I don't know if it's going to work in this situation. I'm glad that Argonaut are being revived
Right.
because, it's never nice to see a studio go defunct and it kind of sucks, really, but the fact that they're back, great stuff. Also,
Exactly.
it came to my attention whilst listening to another podcast earlier. They had another game that they made back in the PS2 era that I'd be really excited to see them bring back, which is
Yeah.
I Ninja.
Oh, definitely. And yes, Danker, thank you for that link. Um,
Yeah, thank you very much. So, yeah, I'm concerned by this one particularly, but it is cool that it's returning. But here, I want to point you towards a fact that's
okay.
very interesting. Two facts, in fact. I'm going to give you a twofer. Argonaut Studios made Star Fox 2 that never got released until the SNES
What?
Classic Edition. It wasn't released because Miyamoto thought the 3D was terrible in it. The implementation of 3D design was awful.
Wow. I'll
But
have to look
my
that up.
other fact for you is that this game originally started out life on Nintendo platforms as, what do you think?
I don't know.
A 3D Yoshi platformer.
Oh, no way. That's very cool. I love Yoshi.
But yeah, it was considered bad, so they made their own IP out of it.
That's wild. I
Here's your
like that
facts for
though.
Pete.
Remember when we used to do a game fact every episode?
I know, I brought it back.
Yeah, woo!
Just for this one only.
Yeah, nostalgia. Uh,
Speaking of nostalgia, do you remember the Mana series?
the what?
The Mana
Oh,
series.
Mana, yes, I do very much. Yes.
Yeah.
Played it.
Well, they have a new game out called Visions of Mana, or Mana, or however you want to pronounce it.
That is back when Kiley was so into JRPGs.
Yes, I remember. I used to love Secret
And
Mana back on the SNES.
I was really into J-pop and also Gact. For anyone who knows who Gact is, it's the Japanese musician. I thought he was the coolest thing ever.
Okay.
I really was. What is it? Is it a weeaboo?
I don't know, but you ruined my segue.
Sorry. I'm good at that.
I know. It's fine. Anyway, so the Mana series has just recently returned with a game that came out on the 29th of August.
Oh,
So
wow.
this week.
Wow. Right, okay.
However, it's not been plain sailing for it.
Oh, no.
Because Oka Studios, the developer behind Visions of Mana, is reportedly set to close as part of an overall scaling back of investment in Japanese studios by
Oh,
NetEase and
no.
Tencent.
Oh, no. Tencent. No.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
So let's read through this story. Let's
Yes.
go through the key facts and then we'll discuss. So both Chinese companies have heavily invested in Japanese game development in recent years, acquiring numerous development studios and opening new ones. Now, however, a Bloomberg report claims both studios are both companies starting to rethink their strategy because it's yet to bear any significant fruit. So, according to the report, NetEase cut all but a handful of jobs at Shibuya-based Oka, whose Visions of Mana was only released on Thursday. Company reportedly plans to close the studio, with remaining staff overseeing the release of its final games first.
Holy crap. That is a shock.
So, it's ridiculous anyway, but let's just go through a little bit more of this. So, while neither NetEase or Tencent shows any signs of wanting to completely pull out of Japan, the report claims that both companies are starting to rethink their strategy in the country. NetEase's remaining studios in Japan include Grasshopper, which is led by Suda51, Nagoshi Studios, which is led by Yakuza creator Toshihiro Nagoshi, and Pinnacle, which is led Dragon Quest 8 and 9,
Ooh, yeah.
Studio Flare, and GP Track 50. Yeah. So the quote is, "We may be approaching a point where Tencent and NetEase begins to scrutinize their returns more closely. Globally, the video game industry has entrenched post COVID." As retrenched, sorry, and many large publishers have reduced headcount or scaled back investments. Anecdotally, the Japanese developers' desire to tightly control what can be done with their IPs has sometimes been a source of friction.
Wow.
So, big shock. China and
Yeah.
Japan don't get along.
I know. I know. Yeah, Denker says, I thought Tencent were on the up and up. No.
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 Nana put
How about
yeah,
no?
this one is not even Square Enix's fault. No, for once it isn't Square Enix's fault.
It's very true.
Yes. So another unfortunate studio that has
Yeah.
lost out. I mean, that kind of sucks as well because they only literally just released a game 4 days ago.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. So yeah, don't expect much post support for Visions of Mana, I don't believe, unless,
Yeah.
of course, it was already planned. So I think we need a palate cleanse from this one.
Yes, a unicorn chaser. A unicorn
Yes,
poop chaser.
possibly. So who doesn't love Keanu Reeves?
Oh, everyone loves him, even poop.
Because Keanu Reeves' voice has been heard as Shadow in the Sonic 3 movie trailer.
Oh no.
Because the first trailer dropped a few days ago.
Look, I love Keanu Reeves, but come on, man.
I mean, this was heavily
You're
rumored.
beautiful. Yes.
You're breathtaking.
Oh, that's it. Breathtaking. Sorry. I meant
Yeah.
breathtaking. I've had to
So,
die.
anyway, Sonic 3's first trailer has introduced Keanu Reeves as Shadow the Hedgehog. I actually don't think this is bad casting, to be fair.
Really?
But anyway, we'll get to that. The trailer, which can be viewed in the article, also shows the return of Jim Carrey, who apparently was supposed to be retiring, but is not retiring. Wow, big shock that he's returning to a series that made money, and
Ooh.
and the ending was left ambiguous as to whether or not he was even going to
I
be
mean,
dead. It's fine.
yeah.
Yep.
Come on.
Anyway, so there's not really much to this story. It's just the fact that the trailer was launched, and I just wanted to give some
I
impressions of the trailer.
I will definitely need to check that out. Have you seen it then, Pete? Of course you
I
have.
have 3 times.
Of course you have. Pete, what?
No, the first time was had no sound on. That's why I just wanted to see visuals.
Oh,
Um,
interesting.
well, I was at work at the time.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. Um, I am not. I'm going to go on record and say that I really liked the first two movies. I think the first one was probably better than the second.
Right.
Um, I did say actually when I watched the second one, I knew exactly where the third movie was going, and by the trailer, I know exactly where this movie is going.
Right.
It's very much the story of Sonic Adventure 2, which is not really a surprise.
Right. Of course.
But I did also feel that there might even be some elements of oh god, what's the name of the game? Sonic Heroes involved in that as
Oh
well,
my goodness. Yeah.
because you see several shots of both of Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles all working together against Shadow.
Right.
Um, the CG doesn't look too bad. Obviously, it's very heavily CG because
I mean,
obviously,
yeah. I mean, it has to
and
be.
I mean it's always a delight to see Jim Carrey, and he's playing two roles this time,
Boop,
so
boop.
always nice to see that.
Yes.
Um, I haven't got bad things to say about this one. I think it will just be a decent jaunt again. I'll be looking forward to seeing this in the cinema when it apparently releases in December. Oh, December 20th.
Very cool.
So,
Excellent.
and also Shadow does look kind of cool. Like the
I do think
design of
so.
him does look decent.
I have not
So,
seen him in the trailer, but I've seen the like posters and stuff.
yeah,
I do think he looks very cool.
yeah, he very much looks like what they did with
Yeah.
Sonic, but obviously he's got a little bit more edge to him.
Yes.
Um, uh, I, in terms of Keanu Reeves' casting, perfect casting. Uh, he is very Shadow is very one note, very sort of like evil, moody,
Yes.
and this fits
Very much
Keanu
so.
Reeves quite perfectly, to be honest.
Yeah, I guess so. Emo
It
Sonic.
it works better in the trailer, but obviously you very much know it's Keanu Reeves because it's Keanu Reeves being Keanu Reeves.
Whoa. But
Like
yes.
it's Shadow basically as Johnny Silverhand. It's just anything.
Uh, Nana, can you do that poll? That is a good poll. Do you think Metal Sonic
That is a
is appearing
great
in the
poll.
film or end credit scene? Ooh, I like that.
Can I make my answer now rather than the poll?
Yes. Do you have chat
No,
open?
I do, but I'm just going to say it out loud because you've now said it. I don't think he is because I think if they were going down chronology, he would have appeared at the end of Sonic 1.
Ooh,
But
okay.
no, they teased Knuckles first.
Do you think
So so if they were going down that line, it should have been Metal Sonic, then Knuckles, then Shadow.
so?
If they were going down the game chronology.
I'm picking no, but it's because I think he's gonna be in the end credits. I'll
Well, it says appearing in the film or end credit sequence.
It won't let me because I have to
Yeah, but
sign
that's
in.
the question.
I know, but I can't even sign into chat. I
Oh,
hate this thing. I can't see
right.
who's chatting. I can't see who's watching. I can't even vote. But my vote is at the end credits.
I don't think he's appearing at all, unfortunately.
He's such a big part of the lore, though.
I know he is, but they would have, like I said, I think that if they wanted the second movie to be different, if they wanted to follow exactly how the games was, they would have had him as the villain of the second, and then the third being Knuckles.
Yeah.
But they've gone the wrong way about it. I
I
think if he was going to appear, he would have appeared by now.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Now on to more crappy news again.
Oh, great! Yay!
Um, sorry, Obsidian. Let's
Oh
talk about
no.
Obsidian.
Do we have to?
We are going to have to, because this is an issue that keeps coming back
Wait.
up.
What?
Okay, yep. Alright, yep, fine, fine. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He says the fact Eggman has a quill makes me think yes. Hey, alright, you might be correct.
I think he is correct.
Alright, well,
But
who
we'll see.
knows?
We'll
It
see how
might be
that
the
goes.
only way that it might be the only way they take down Shadow actually, is both Sonic and Metal Sonic.
That's true.
Ooh, interesting.
That would be fun.
Okay, cool. Well, hopefully they don't blow their load in the trailers.
Ah!
Anyway,
I didn't say it, folks. Pete said
I
it.
don't care. I say how I feel, and I feel what I say.
You feel it? Nope, not gonna say that. That will get me in
Yeah.
trouble.
All right.
Okay.
Anyway, back to Obsidian.
Yes.
So we all know that a game by Obsidian is coming out soon called Avowed.
Yes.
This debate keeps coming up, so we're going to talk about it again
Okay.
because um, someone by the name of Matt Hansen, speaking
Uh-huh.
on the Iron Lords podcast, he is the
Right.
art director for Obsidian on Avowed, called 30 frames a second the bare minimum the team is aiming for.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that should be the bare minimum.
Oh no, it gets worse.
Okay.
Anyway, so, quote, it is a first person single player game. You don't necessarily need that 60 frames.
Well, okay, but see, here's the thing, Pete. Here's the thing. I have messed up eyes. I can't tell the difference between 30 and 60 frames.
Okay, let me finish the quote.
Okay.
And that allows us to get a lot juicier with VFX and lighting and all that stuff. It's a trade off we opted to make relatively early, and we're really happy with that. The game's running pretty smooth for how visually dense it is, and that was always our goal.
Well, okay. I have some things to say. Because it is Obsidian, which, as we know, I'm a Bethesda fangirl, but I'm actually an Obsidian fangirl. But am I? Let's find out. I'm actually not looking forward to Avowed.
Eh, I thought some of the gameplay looked alright.
Well, that's the thing. It just looks alright. It doesn't look great. Now, for those who
No, but
don't know,
this isn't my kind of sort of game
well,
usually
right,
anyway,
which
so
it is my kind of game. And for those who don't know, our lovely, lovely listeners and watchers, Obsidian is the absolute geniuses behind New Vegas, which is probably my number 2 game. It fights Halo 3 for number 1. It goes between them two. But they have Chris Avellone, used to be part of Obsidian. He wrote New Vegas. Um,
and several
abs-
hit games.
and several hit games, yeah, including Star Wars and all that kind of stuff. Um, so I always have like my fingers crossed that Obsidian's going to strike it again. And they came out with Outer Worlds, which was good, but it was not a visually stunning piece of art by any means. Oh no, it's tied. Do you think Metal Sonic will make an appearance? It is tied neck and neck between yes and no. I say that he will appear in the end credits. I think so. Um,
I said no. I might change that, but I'd still
yeah.
still sticking with no.
Okay. But so I had a lot of hope for Avowed, but then every time we've seen any footage of Avowed, it's not been great. It's kind of like a weird Fable and Skyrim got smushed together,
Hmm.
which sounds good in practice. I don't think it's going to be that good in performance. We'll have to see. Now, Danker says the 30-60 debate reopens. I have always targeted 60, but some games just can't cope with 60 on a deck, right? Because he has the Steam Deck.
Hmm.
So have always hit in between with 40. Now, I have been I've stated this many times on I was gonna say on this game on this podcast. I have weird eyes, if you can't tell. I cannot tell the difference between 30 and 60. Anything above 60 makes me nauseous. I get very,
Hmm.
very, very, very nauseous. So for me, the 30-60 debate isn't even a debate. It doesn't affect me. Now, Pete, though, is the opposite end of that spectrum. He has been, since day one, he's been obsessed with that 30-60 debate. So I know that it's important to some people. I'm going to be very honest. It's not important to me. I don't care. I can't tell a difference at all. All I know is if I start getting nauseous, it's usually over 60. Usually. I can't
Mm.
do, what is it, Lord of the Rings? That's 120? The movie?
There shouldn't really be any movies that are 120.
It's some ridiculous thing, and I tried to watch
No,
it, and I got like,
most movies are capped at 24 frames.
well, whatever they
But
did.
then
The Hobbit.
Lion King. Okay, well that's weird.
Oh,
Anyway,
Denker says, but that might be less frames, but more field of view. Game companies don't consider the field of view factor. Now that is very true. I learned
okay,
that on Destiny 2. But yeah, no, I think it's The Hobbit. It made me so nauseous. I wanted to vomit. I couldn't watch it.
fair enough. I've not watched it for quite a while because it was a
Ooh,
pointless waste of free movies.
yes. Denker says, High on Life is such a case. That's a good one. High on Life makes me
Mm.
very nauseous. Not the
Is
humor.
it obvious I'm trying to avoid opening another can of worms here?
Mm-hmm.
Good,
Yes.
because I am.
Go
Um,
ahead.
how do I say this
Say it,
without?
Pete.
What's the point of having an incredibly powerful PC or console, the world's most powerful console, if you can't even target 60 fucking
Now,
frames?
and see, and this is where I come in. Pete's been saying that for a while. And then I come in and I say, I can't tell the difference between 30 and 60.
I know you
But,
can't. You're a special case.
but, I have stated on this show, and probably others, that we are in the next gen of consoles.
Mm-hmm.
They need to be reaching for 60 as the bare minimum. I've stated that.
100%.
I stand by that. I don't see the difference. It doesn't do anything for me.
Mm-hmm.
But for other people it does.
Now,
Yes, we are in the next gen. This is about to fade away into the old gen, and we're going to move on to the next gen.
yep.
The bare minimum should be 60 at this point. Let's be
I
honest.
mean, the fact of the matter is that if I had it to hand, I'd go and grab the Xbox Series X box that states 4K up to 120 frames per second. The fact that the old PS5 box, that's now been removed by the way, used to say 8K on it. They
Yes,
are
it did.
capable of running up to 120 frames. The problem with
But
the fact of the matter is that actually, and they said it in the article alone as
uh-huh.
well, is that they're only focusing solely on visual fidelity rather than performance aspect.
Yes.
They looked at it and went, okay, great. Look at all this VFX. Look at all this nice, neat ray tracing stuff that we can do.
Right.
They haven't once figured out
No.
ever how to get a game stable, and it's requiring more and more and more and more patches to make it
Yes.
stable or unplayable after launch.
And I have stated this many times, as has Pete, but I've definitely stated this many times. We're in the quote next gen currently, right now. Our current gen is next gen. We have yet to have games that have pushed any of these consoles to their
Oh,
absolute limit. We've got like one or two games.
no, that's technically not true. It came out after the fact. I'm going to give credit where credit is due. Insomniac Studios have done it
Well,
several times on the PlayStation 5 because Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart
I'm saying
actually post launch, and this is
yes.
why I said post launch patches, had a 4K 60 mode as well as Spider-Man 2 did the same.
They did. And you're right. We've got like we can count on one hand with
Yep,
both consoles, and yes, I'm specifically targeting Xbox and PlayStation. The games that have pushed these consoles to their limit. On one hand, literally, none of the other
yep,
games have ever pushed. And it's like, why are we creating these machines, these consoles, and we're charging such a premium price, but we don't have games on them that absolutely push it to the limit? And now
nope,
we're about to embark on this next gen, and it's going to be even further ahead but we're still not getting the games that reflect that.
No, the fact of the matter is that in previous generations, we used to have it where about 3 to 4 years into the generation, which we are now into our fourth year,
Yes.
would start to really know how to
Yes.
push the console to its limit, would know
Absolutely.
what it does. I mean, it took several developers from the PlayStation 2 era to actually get a hold and be able to utilize properly that emotion engine. But when they
Right?
did, holy crap, they really push it to its limit. They took
Well,
advantage of that thing.
we can
You
go
know,
we can even believe it or not, we can actually go back further.
oh, we
Uh
can, yeah.
the GameCube. Oh frick, I've just blanked out because I had a lot of wine. Vin Diesel's game.
Chronicles of Riddick.
Chronicles of Riddick. Absolutely beautiful, fabulous game that pushed it to its absolute limit. Came out at the end of
Yep.
life at the console. Absolutely captured everything that that console could do.
Yeah.
We have yet to do that in this generation, and I
I
do
mean,
not understand that. I'm
okay.
absolutely I don't understand why.
It,
Why are we just stuck with these
I don't know,
last
but
gen games?
if you wanted to go a little bit more forward, we'll go
Sure.
to the PS3 generation.
Okay.
Look at the stark difference between Uncharted 1 and Uncharted 3.
Absolutely. That's a very good comparison,
Because
actually.
they actually got a lot of they got a lot of familiarity with the cell process and how to
Mhm.
utilize it. Sony were notoriously difficult to work with when it
They
came to
were.
that.
Yes, it was.
Like it even took Metal Gear Solid 4
Yes.
several years to make it so that you didn't have to install between levels.
Yes, that's a good point, actually, and I did forget that.
So it's just, but yet it's just this constant feel that we need to evolve graphically rather than performance wise. It's just, it's stupid. I don't really understand why we need to focus solely on visual fidelity. And this is
I'm
what's helping with ballooning budgeting costs of games, is that we're focusing solely on how it looks rather than how it plays and how it feels.
well, see,
It's an interactive medium, not a passive one. It's not movies.
See, but that's the thing. Actually, I'm going to read chat real quick, and then I'm going to go back to that.
Hmm.
Maker says, "Yeah, I have to agree. Why make people spend hundreds if the game runs on potatoes?" Exactly.
Yeah,
Nana says, "PS2 is a weird case, though. It didn't stop getting games for a long while. Yes, that's
that
very
is
true.
very.
It
That's very.
had a
Yeah.
long development life.
But the fact of the matter is that new games were still coming out for it,
Well, that's
and
the
there are
thing.
still new games coming out for PS4, even though the PS5 is out.
I mean, exactly. And
The PS4 is still doing a similar thing.
but my thing is this, like visual fidelity. I'm kind of in agreement with you, Pete, that it's just a portion of it,
Hmm.
but it's a big portion of it. And when we
Correct.
see games like Outer
Outer
Worlds,
Worlds.
sorry, Outer Worlds. Again, this is going back to Obsidian. I love the writing. I love the characterization. The voice acting is on point. The visuals suck. Cyberpunk, when it first came out, the
Ugh.
visuals suck. They suck
No,
ass.
no. So actually,
They
it would be the
still suck
one.
ass.
No, the one thing about Cyberpunk is that they pushed visual fidelity more than actually the game performing,
But
and
they
that's probably
didn't in the
what caused the
beginning.
problem. No,
They
it didn't look great,
No, it did
but
not.
and
It
it
looks
didn't
better
play
now.
well either.
No,
Yeah, of
it did
course.
not.
But that's taken several patches, a new
Yeah,
version, and upgraded hardware to do so.
absolutely. Although I do like that they still keep the food as it's intentionally done like it's a
Yeah.
PS2 era.
Yep.
It's terrible, but I do like that they kind of
Yeah, of
went back to that.
course.
But I was so disappointed, as you know, Pete, when that first came out because Pete got it for me for Christmas. Uh,
Still haven't installed it and played it since. It's soured my
oh,
opinion
it
on
is.
it completely.
It's way better. I will say that it's way better.
Wow, really? It's taken 4 years. I know
It
that
has.
anyway. I just
It
don't
did.
want to play it.
It took the DLC to kind of bring it all up. But although, sorry, back to Keanu Reeves. Poor Keanu Reeves. He can't
You can't get a win.
he can't. He just phones it in. But he's not phoning it in because he is trying with his heart. You can tell he's just not a good actor. I love him, but he's not a good actor. But I love him.
Mm, no, he's
Uh,
not.
but that kind of threw me off. Yes. So what I'm saying is this: nothing in the PlayStation nor Xbox oeuvre games library has pushed, or very few. I'll reconsider that. Very. Taker says, "Well, he is breathtaking." That's true.
You're breathtaking.
You're breathtaking. You're breathtaking. But yeah. So nothing in this current gen, or very few in this current gen, have pushed these machines to their absolute limit. That's
Mm-hmm.
what I want to see. I want to see a Chronicles of Riddick, not literally Chronicles of Riddick, but that let's take this machine and let's just push it as far as we can and give us something great. But I
Yep.
don't think it's going to happen with this gen, and
No, I don't think it will.
I'm very disappointed in that.
I think this gen's been terrible.
Mhm.
I
I agree
mean,
with that.
let
There's
me
been
finish
some.
on this.
Okay,
Go
go
on.
ahead.
I was going
Well,
to say, let me finish with this point and we'll move
okay.
on.
Yep.
Because there is only one game on the Xbox that I know that has really pushed it to its limit.
What's that?
And it may shock you what one it is. No, I'm
What
joking.
is it?
Had 4K, dynamic lighting, HDR, ran at 120 frames,
Yes.
and at 4K.
Yes.
Halo Infinite.
I knew you were gonna say that. Normally, I would be like, "Oh, Halo," because Halo 3 is one of my top 3 games.
Yeah.
But Halo Infinite, it's a pile of poo.
Yeah, when I'm giving credit to Halo Infinite,
Yes.
yeah. Oh, and the Tourist as well, but
Yes.
Anyway. So that's it for the news stories. So let's move on to the biggest thing that happened this week, which is
What's that?
Nintendo Direct.
Oh, that's
But
right.
it wasn't a direct that you might think, because it was a double showing, because we had Indie World and a Nintendo Direct partner showcase.
Right.
So it was done over 40 minutes. So let's run through, and
And
we're going
that's
to
wait, for
go.
people who are not familiar with Nintendo Direct, which I am one, that's a very long, that's what she said, very long, I was going to say episode. That's not what I meant. Uh Direct, right? Aren't they usually like 25, 30
40
minutes?
minutes is so 40 minutes is usually the standard.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But when it comes to Indie World or partner
Mhm.
showcases, they're usually shorter. So it's probably the fact that they bundled it together
Oh,
that's
well,
made it to the usual length.
Stanker says double decker. You wait for one and two come along at once.
Oh, don't, because double decker chocolate is freaking amazing.
I can't have that. It's got gluten in it.
I know, sorry. Anyway, let's go through,
Yes.
shall we? So, because it was first on the dock, well, it wasn't first on this docket. I know how Polygon, and yes, I'm using Polygon for this,
Wow.
unfortunately. Yeah, I know, it's
By the way,
terrible.
I'm featured in Polygon. Just search my name. I'm in there. Woo. Anyway.
Nah, it requires you to go on Polygon. But yeah, fair enough. They actually had everything listed down in order, so fair play to them. Good work. Credit where credit is due. So Nintendo started with Indie World, so that's where we're going to start ourselves.
Ooh,
So
okay.
this is a game I've been talking about for quite a while. This is a free update to said game. I will be picking this up at some point. I'm just not sure where I'm picking it up. So available on PC as well. Balatro.
Wait, what?
But Balatro is the card-based game that's based on the poker mechanics. But they have got, and I'm glad he said double decker in the chat, Danker, because obviously it's a deck game.
Ah!
Yeah. So Balatro is getting a free update called the Friends of Jimbo. Jimbo being the person in the game. Yeah. Anyway, so there are 4 properties that are being added to Balatro in terms of cards decks,
Mhm.
which is Vampire Survivor, Among Us, Dave the Diver, and The Witcher.
Well, I like 3 of them. No, I like Witcher too. So.
Yeah, so these are new themed decks for the game, which is
I
kind of cool.
I wish I liked card deck builder games.
So do I, but I'm willing to give Balatro a try because Balatro actually sounds really interesting, and I like poker, so good
Oh,
work.
there you go.
So yeah, I believe that's out now. I think
All
it was
right.
released on the day, so kind of cool. Next we had from the makers of Greece, Neva, which is going to be released on October 15th. So it says, in neither you'll follow a young woman and her wolf in what's likely to be a tear-jerking story. I did see a little bit of this, but another one where I was working at the time, so I couldn't see a lot of it.
At least it's tears that are being jerked.
No.
Boo-boo-boo!
Moving on. So, um, do you remember the series called Coffee Talk?
I do. People really love that. Brent, who is not in our chat today,
Yeah.
absolutely adores that game.
There was a previous writer for Rapid Reviews called Jen, a previous guest as
Oh
well, who
yes,
used to love Coffee Talk.
Oh.
So,
Oh, thank you. Okay, yes, Danker, thank you. Now I know what you're talking about.
yeah, Grease, but it is actually
Yes.
pronounced Grease,
I was very
as
confused,
stated by
Danker.
the developers themselves.
Yes.
Anyway, so Coffee Talk has got a new game coming. It's bringing the coffee conversations to, in 2025, Tokyo.
I should probably
So,
play that on my
so
channel.
Coffee Talk Tokyo. Yeah, you'll probably like it. From what I hear, it's a very
So
decent
no.
game.
I like shooting things and I like guns and blood. And coffee talk is talking to people who come up to your bar and talk to you.
Yes. Anyway, so next up, we'll talk about something that might interest you a lot. Power Wash Simulator.
Yes, of course it does.
They have got a new update coming, a paid DLC for Shrek.
Wait, did you say Shrek?
I did.
Oh my gosh! Two loves combined. Are you freaking kidding me?
So
Oh.
you can wash Shrek's swamp.
Oh, be looking for that on my channel, folks. I'm sorry. That is two of my favorite things. Oh my gosh, that makes me so happy.
I knew you'd like that. I
I'm
saw it
so
straight away. I was
happy.
like, this is such a you thing.
I'm so happy about that.
No
Yep,
idea when
and
it's being released, so
Dagger says, and it's not mud. And then Nana says,
yeah,
same,
it's
Kylie, same.
definitely not mud.
Oh my gosh, that makes me very
Yeah.
happy.
Right, so next up was from Sabotage Studios, Sea of Stars, Throes of the Watchmaker DLC. So Sea of Stars was recently not long released, so this is the first downloadable content for the game. The free update, and it will be available all platforms in spring 2025. So look at that, indie studios going, oh look, free DLC.
That's really cool.
Amazing stuff. So Sea of Stars actually looks really cool. Probably should play it.
I like what Dagger says. It's glitter. Look,
Yeah, it's glitter, not mud.
I'm probably never going to get married in my life, but if I was to get married, but I'm probably never going to get married.
God damn it.
I would have All-Star playing.
God damn it. I wish you would have mentioned that a game later. Anyway,
Oh no!
we'll talk about that in a minute.
Okay,
So
okay.
hold that thought. So next up, we had an announcement trailer for a game called Morsels, which is
Ooh.
from Annapurna Interactive,
Oh,
and
Annapurna. Okay, I like this.
so they're producing or distributing it. So it's for Keller. So it's quote a wacky game that's coming in 2025, roguelike. So yeah, that's lost me already, I'm
I
afraid.
was gonna say boo.
I mean, based on the thumbnail, and obviously this is why I would love to have more interactivity with the show. Like to show the trailers as we do this.
Uh-huh.
Would be cool. It's got a very distinct art style, at least.
Oh, that's cool. I do like
Does
that.
look cool. Does look okay, but it lost me at a roguelike.
Yeah, not into
Anyway,
roguelikes.
to the thought that I wanted you to pin for a moment,
Mhm.
because for someone you might not get married.
Okay.
Well, I have a game just for you.
Ooh.
It's called Date Everything.
Oh, great. That's me. 2025 date everything.
So you can indeed date everything in the game,
Oh
date everything,
gosh.
including existential dread, a cabinet, and the game itself.
Oh my gosh. This is my
Uh,
life.
this is coming out in October 24th, and I believe this will probably end up on your Weird Wednesdays.
I think that's going to definitely be on my Weird Wednesdays. Yes, just before
Yeah.
Halloween too. Okay.
Okay.
Oh
Do
my
you happen
gosh.
to remember a game called Peggle?
I I do. I loved Peggle.
After 4 years of development, Peglin, a mix of Peggle and roguelike role-playing game, is coming to
Right.
Switch. Timed console exclusive for Switch, and it was out the day of the Direct.
Danker says I could date a toilet.
Yes, you can.
Not
Anyway, that's
bad.
why it says date everything anyway.
Not
But
bad.
yeah, so the game's already out, but it'll be out on PC probably at some
I'm
point later
trying
in
to
the year.
understand. Like, I love Peggle. I still love Peggle.
Hmm.
I can't imagine it as a roguelike. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
I don't know either. It
We'll
did
have to see.
look decent though. I'm
Yeah,
not
we'll
gonna
have a
lie.
look at it and see how that goes. Need to be careful saying that one. Peglin.
Yeah. Anyway, so there's a
I love Deadpool.
physics-based sandbox game, Wobbly Life,
That's my
was
life.
next, coming in December, and it also includes local co-op play.
Hmm.
So, ooh, a sandbox game. That might be your kind of thing too.
I was gonna say I do love sandbox games, and actually, uh, I'll probably re-mention this at the end of our
Hmm.
series. But I've had a lot of wine. Um, Mike Tindo had a really great idea that we do a community night on rapid reviews, which we used to do.
Been wanting to do one again for a
Yeah,
while. Been wanting to do it. Just
we
trying to find the time at
that's
the
the
moment.
thing. We might do that once a month. We used to do that about once a month, actually.
We used to, yeah. Got to find
Yeah.
the right games for it.
Yeah, well, see, we were playing Doom at the time, and it was like because it's cross-platform and cross-play and
Yeah,
all that
of
kind of stuff.
course.
So, yeah. Anyway,
We'll find them.
yeah.
All right, cool. Anyway, so next up, we had a game called Pico Park 2. So it looks like a classic Flash game, but adds in chaotic 8-player multiplayer
Oh
that
wow.
requires a lot of co-op.
See, now
So
that's straight up.
timed exclusive, and it's out tomorrow as you listen to this on the podcast,
Ooh.
or Tuesday now. Anyway,
Tuesday.
so next up, the game that will not bury itself.
What?
Because Shovel Knight, Shovel of Hope
Ah!
DX. No release date, but it's a re-release of the classic platformer. So
Do
this will
love Shovel
include
Knight.
all the DLC as well.
Oh, that's good. See, I like that. That's good. I've just drank an
Yeah,
entire bottle of wine again.
of course you have.
My trainer's
Anyway,
gonna kill me. But yeah.
yes, you will. So next up, we had an exploration adventure called Europa, which is released on October 11th. However, there is a demo coming in a couple of days, so as of Tuesday, so you can give that a try.
Tuesday.
Um, so next up was Cruisina, Cruisineer, don't know. January 2025 for that one. This, I don't want to make assumptions. This could look like an anime game. It's very anime style,
Oh,
anime
really?
looking at least. So, um, next up was a game called On Your Tail. It's coming from Humble Games and Memorable Games. Didn't
Ooh.
really see much to do about this one, unfortunately. So, but this is November 2021 or 21st for this one. Final two games. Metal Slug Tactics. Don't know how this one made it into indie games.
Right, exactly.
Coming fall 2024. So Metal Slug, very classic SNK property. Coming from Emu, which we know because Streets of Rage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So it's being released in quote fall 2024, but it's a tactics game, so I won't play it. Actually, I might play it. Anyway, final game. This one actually was supposed to release on Switch a long time ago, but never did.
Right?
Only got released on PC, and the trailer made mention of that it's finally coming to Nintendo Switch. It's out this Tuesday. Pizza Tower.
Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna lie. I would totally play that.
You probably should. So yeah, it's a few days time, but yeah, it got announced a few years ago as being both PC and Switch.
Yeah.
But yeah, it got delayed pretty indefinitely, let's say, and now it's finally made its reappearance. So good stuff.
Right.
Indie World Showcase probably wasn't for me this time. It wasn't great.
Right.
There wasn't many games that I was particularly that interested in,
Mhm.
except for Balatro and probably Pizza Tower. But that's it, really. So
Nice.
straight after this, they did the Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase. So the Partner Showcase is obviously non-first party titles that are coming to Switch.
Right.
So they started off strong.
Right.
Started off
Okay.
very, very strong. And I'm not gonna lie, there was a lot of games shown in this one. Across both showcases, I believe it was over 40 games.
Right. Okay.
So I'm gonna have to go through this quite quickly, conscious of time.
Yes.
So how do you feel about Tetris?
I do love Tetris. I do.
How do you feel about collections?
How do you mean? Like
Like
all
collections of old games?
I do love that.
Tetris Forever is the game that will be for you then, because
Oh,
it's
right.
a collection of classic Tetris games, including Tetris 2, Super
Huh.
Bombliss DX, and many more. It will include the Tetris Time Warp mode, which means that you can play it across many different games, like boards.
Ooh.
So you might start with original Tetris
Oh,
and then go to
nice.
Tetris 2.
Very nice.
Quite cool.
Very nice.
So yeah, that's launching later this year. But that wasn't it for Tetris, because those Switch Online members are going to get NES Tetris later this year.
Wow. So, quick aside, tangent time because I've had a lot of wine. When Max and I were in Rotterdam, I had to. Well, actually, no. I was waiting for him at Gatwick.
Yeah.
I have a Dad gummit, I meant to bring it down here. I really do want to show that off.
Oh, the Ambernick.
Yes, that has like, I have all my ROMs on it
Hmm.
and stuff, and that's what I played. I just sat there and played Tetris the whole time waiting
Nice.
for him to show up. So,
Amazing.
I love Tetris very much.
Yeah.
So that does sound literally right up my alley.
Not sure if it's coming to any other console or PC platforms for you, but obviously it will be on the Switch as a collection later this year.
I do
But
have a
yeah,
Switch. I've only turned it on once, but I do own one.
sure. Next up, we had Star Overdrive. So, quote from the article: "Speed into the unknown in Star Overdrive. Battle and explore a vast world where creativity is key to overcoming challenges."
Ooh,
So that's coming next year.
interesting. I
This
like
this was a
that.
bit this was a bit of a weird one actually, because they said they were going to cover what's left for the last bit of 2024.
Right.
They started talking about 2025. So I think, and this is just a theory, a
Uh-huh.
game theory,
Uh
that actually when they mean 2024, they mean
yeah.
financial year 2024,
Right. Right, right, right.
because they've done this several times now.
Yeah.
Anyway, a game that won't interest you at all, because why would it? Mostly because I currently see it in your background on another platform.
Mhm.
Goat Simulator 3 is coming to the Switch.
Yay! Yes. Can you see it?
That's why I said it
Oh
wouldn't
no.
interest you.
Yeah, not this wouldn't interest me at all.
Yeah, but it wouldn't interest you because you got it on another platform and can play it in a
That's
better way,
true. I
probably.
mean, let's be honest, yeah.
Yeah, coming later the year. There's going to be a physical version for it on the Switch as well, which is cool.
Yeah.
Next up, SpongeBob SquarePants, the Patrick Star game. So coming out October 4th.
Right.
Anyway, so it is actually a sandbox game as well. So it might interest you.
Yeah.
Anyway, Fitness Boxing 3, December 5th for this one. So not really got much I need to say about that one. It is another fitness-based boxing game. Cool. All right, great. Sorry, Kylie, I'm going to bore the living crap out of you with this one now,
Okay.
because just when I thought I was out, they managed to drag me right back in.
Uh-huh.
God damn you, Capcom. Why do you keep doing this to me? Capcom Fighting Collection 2.
Well, there you go.
Do you want to know a list of the games that are coming on this?
Yeah, go for it, Pete. They've listed.
I'll start with the one that nobody really two that nobody cares about, which is Plasma Sword: Nightmare of Bilstein.
I have no idea what that is.
And Capcom Fighting Evolution, which is a
I do know
highly
what that
hated
is.
game. Okay, so this doesn't sound good already, does it?
No, it does not.
Wrong.
Okay.
Because
Does it
this
have
includes
Cadillac and dinosaurs?
no, it's a fighting collection, so it's fighting games.
Well, still. But
So,
yes.
Street Fighter Alpha 3 Upper.
Okay.
Oh, it only gets better from here. I'm
Okay.
starting low and building it up to it.
Great.
Project Justice.
Okay.
This is a sequel to Rival Schools.
Right.
Okay. No, I'm getting to it. Power Stone.
Wait.
And Power Stone 2.
That sounds very familiar.
The Dreamcast games.
Yeah, okay.
The Arena Fighter games.
Yeah. Power Stone, I know Power Stone, yeah. It's
Yep.
crazy, though.
And the two biggest games of the whole collection?
Uh-huh.
Capcom vs. SNK Millennium Fight 2000 Pro. And Capcom vs. SNK 2.
Oh, Pete, your favorite.
Yes!
Uh-huh.
Did I not call this a few weeks ago?
You did, actually.
Free SNK 2?
You did. You very much did.
Oh, I'm happy. Because I love every single one of these games apart from one. Which is Capcom Fighting Evolution.
Yeah, well, it's just like, here you go, Pete, have this gift.
Yeah, I've been wanting to replay Power Stone 1 and 2 for years.
There you go.
I've been wanting to replay Capcom vs. SNK 2 for years.
Excellent.
And thanks, Capcom. You've just done it with rollback netcode. Amazing.
Yay!
And rollback netcode on every single one of these games coming in 2025.
Nice.
Like I said, Capcom, you keep pulling me back in. So next up, they showed a bit more information about Capcom, Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics. Went over it again for anyone who didn't really know anything about it. So this is a weird one. It's coming out in 11 days' time.
Ooh.
Digitally.
That's what she said.
Physical version's coming out November 22nd. Methinks this might be because they're wanting people to double dip on it. Which is exactly what I'll be doing. Because I was already going to anyway. I will be leaving my physical version available for November, and we'll be buying this on Steam for September.
There you go.
Expect plenty more coverage on Marvel vs. Capcom collections in the coming months. So, next up we had Atelier Yumiya, The Alchemist of Memories and The Envisioned Land.
Right.
So, I can't say I know much about Atelier games.
I definitely don't.
No. Sorry. Nano just put another big Capcom collection. That's all the fighting games they basically have besides MVC3. It's not all of them. Because they need a collection of the latter Street Fighter games.
Sure.
But anyway, nobody wants to do that anyway. So, anyway, do you happen to remember a set of Japanese RPGs from the PS1 era by Konami?
Well, what specifically? Because I'm sure I do.
Well, it's one that pronunciation is very up in the air about.
Okay.
Some call it Suikoden, some call it Suikoden.
Yes, Suikoden. And now I know it, but yes.
Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster, Gate Rune, and Dunan Unification Wars are coming March 6th, 2025.
God, early 2000s, Kylie would be so all over that.
And anyone who is a collector of the original games are now incredibly pissed that their value of those games are probably going to go down because of this.
Mm-hmm.
Or they might go up. Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows? That's true.
I was going to say, whilst you're on your iPad there, go onto eBay and search how much a PS1 copy of
How?
Suikoden 1 is.
First of all, how do you know I'm on my iPad?
I don't know. You keep looking down.
Maybe I'm looking at my very cool Deadpool leggings.
No, you're not.
Spell it for me, Pete, because I think I spelled it wrong.
Suikoden.
No, I didn't spell it wrong. I spelled it exactly right. Okay.
And 2 as well.
Suikoden. Now listen to
Suikoden.
me. Suikoden 2, 225.
Yeah.
Not a joke. Not a joke.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a rare old game.
Yeah, there's one that's just gone up, just now gone up for a bid at $79.99.
But that's a
But
starter.
that's just literally put up right now, this second. So
And
that
that's
tells
probably
you.
how much the game actually retailed for back then.
I would say yes. See, that's the thing. I always hesitate on this, but at the same time, I'm old, as people know. Uh, and
Hmm.
oh, hello, Manic! Oh my gosh!
Hello.
Howdy! So good to see you.
Hello, Manic.
And your wonderful emojis. I've missed those so much. Hope you're doing well. Hi.
Yeah. Anyway,
But
come join us for the rest of this direct breakdown.
yes, what was I talking about? I was talking about something.
We're old.
I'm old. Oh, yes. Manic says, I'm doing okay. Thank you. Just surviving the heat. Oh my gosh. Yes. Totally understand.
That's why my
Absolutely
windows
understand.
are open right now.
It's even warm over here in Northern Ireland. Well, warm for us, which is
Yeah.
um,
Anyway, so
but yes, so one thing that is often talked about is the price of games. Pete and I came up at a time when SNES games were 50, well, for me, $50. I would assume it's probably
about
50
50
quid.
gold quid.
Yeah, okay. So not that I'm encouraging.
Not even just that. It's the fact that there was various fluctuations in
Oh,
games.
yes.
Some first party games might be even more than that.
Oh, definitely. Well, that's my point. Like,
There was
uh,
no unified structure, let's
there
say.
wasn't. And so yes, I kind of like get it when a game comes out and it's 70 quid and it's like, I don't want to pay that, but I remember way back paying that for like a SNES game, you know?
Hmm.
That doesn't make it okay, but that is just like,
No, it was only around the PS2, Xbox, and GameCube generation where there was a lot
yes.
more unification in terms of pricing.
Yep. But anyway, Pete, that's boring. Go ahead.
Anyway, speaking of old games,
Yes.
um, HD 2D remake of Dragon Quest III. They
I
showed more about this game. Looks incredible. I would love to.
I Manic says, did Kylie get a new microphone today? She sounds a bit quiet. Here's the problem. My regular microphone, which is this one, it has a buzz. So I've had to use my stupid
Yeah,
dumb headphone mic and
it's
I
fine.
hate it. It is
It's
quieter
fine.
though.
It's quite loud on my end though.
Sorry, Pete. Uh,
It's fine.
yeah,
Anyway, yeah,
I
November
do hate it.
14th for Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D remake.
Do love Dragon
Not, I've
Quest.
not played a lot of the Dragon Quest games, but I might be interested for this one.
Manic says, wow, sorry to hear
Wow,
that.
another collection of old games. Another collection. Because this brings a few games of a particular another Konami franchise,
Oh, right?
the Castlevania Dominus collection,
Oh, nice.
which includes Dawn of Sorrow, Portrait of Ruin, and Order of Ecclesia, which are the DS games.
Right.
And some would argue that Dawn of Sorrow is one of the best.
I sort of would agree. Manic says mostly for those
Yeah.
headsets, I keep the mic close to the mouth as possible. You know, that's a good point. I keep moving it away because it keeps hitting my collar. It probably would
Yeah,
help you guys if I kept it close and then you could hear me.
quite possibly, yes.
But I do enjoy the Castlevania games. I don't necessarily enjoy all of them. Uh but I like some of the I just like the older ones. I really do. So I'm
Mm,
glad to hear about this.
yep. To a game that has no right or should never even be anywhere close to a Nintendo Switch at all. Don't
Mhm.
know why. Civ 7.
Wait, say that again?
Civ 7.
Oh, Civ 7. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Civ 6 ran like dog crap on the Switch, so why is Civ 7 coming February 11th?
I don't
God, it's going to
know.
look bad, isn't it?
It is. I'm gonna be honest. I love Civ. Don't get me wrong. But
Yeah, I'm not throwing
on a
shade.
Switch? Yeah, no, just on a Switch? No.
Yep, no. Play it on
Absolutely.
PC or Xbox or PS5, whatever. Just
Yeah.
don't play it on the Switch, for Christ's sakes.
I wish
I
they
mean,
played
you
on
for
PC.
those who've got a Steam Deck, you could probably, if you want to play it on the go, just play it on the deck.
I was gonna say Steam Deck should work well.
Yeah.
Danker would have to verify that.
Well, if it gets verified.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. Next up, Tales of Grace's F Remastered. So that's coming January 17th, 2025. Cool. Next
Excellent.
up, uh, do you remember much about the Wii era of games?
Well, I remember a little. Uh,
Okay, do you happen to remember My Sims?
oh my gosh. That was a terrible version of Sims.
Yeah, My Sims Cozy Bundle is
Oh no.
coming November 19th.
Oh no. Ah, Dennis says Bandai better remaster all the Tales games now. Yes. Dagger says
Mm,
probably can unofficially.
probably,
Oh
yeah.
my Sims. Oh my Sims. Uh oh dear. Dear
Right,
dear dear.
okay. Yeah, just conscious looking at the time that we've been recording for.
I
We'll try
know
and get
we're
through a few more.
yeah.
Right, Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted 2 and Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach Ruin.
I'm okay with
Coming
that.
this holiday
Yeah.
season, fine, no problem.
Yep.
Rune Factory Guardians of
Oh my
Azuma, which
gosh.
was announced for spring 2025. Oh,
Oh
fun
wow.
enough, I've come to the last game,
Mm.
actually. I didn't think I was going to get there. So this was the one last thing,
What's that?
and I'd be incredibly excited for this game.
Okay.
Tell you why in a minute, or it might become very apparent in a minute.
Okay.
It's coming October 2024, and it is a remake of a game that was original on PS2.
Okay.
Yakuza Kiwami.
Oh goodness, yes.
If I hadn't just bought them for
I
PS4,
was
I'd be
gonna say.
quite happy this was coming to Switch.
Yep. Because Pete has bought what all of the Yakuza games at this point, right? You have them all?
Apart from the very obscure PS3 one that is incredibly rare called
Yes.
Dead Souls. Yeah, I own every single one. Yeah.
Ah.
So, it's going to be quite nice to see Yakuza finally running on a Switch platform. Considering that 2 years ago, RGG said that they would never put a Yakuza game on the Switch.
Right, right.
I think this now opens up the door for every single one of the games to potentially come to the next Switch platform.
Oh goodness.
But yeah, this is a remake of the original Yakuza game, and cool. Um, Dankers, yes, they skipped Zero, but obviously, in terms of the chronology, it would be better to have Zero first, but Kiwami is technically the first game, just remastered or remade, so probably best to get people started at that point. It's very weird going back and playing Zero, like because it's a more advanced game, and then playing Kiwami. It's very strange.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
Nana says I'm a little disappointed in this since you used to use this to bring Zero, Kiwami, and Kiwami 2 to the Switch and make a new collection. But yeah, it's neat. Yeah, they probably should have done a collection of this rather than just one game. The problem that I have with this is if they did a collection, it'd be very much like the Borderlands collection, where one game would be on the cartridge and two would be downloadable.
Yeah.
So physical would seem rather pointless. But they probably should have done it where they had the first chronology, the first three games of the series
Yeah.
out rather than just one.
Yep.
Anyway, let's not argue, shall we? Because it's nice to see Kirio on the Switch. which opens him up now to a possibility that if a new Smash game comes in, he might be a guest character.
Ooh. Right?
Mm.
And then what Nana said. Do you want to read that?
So two other stories in the Nintendo Direct. Falcom announced that they are remaking Trails in the Sky coming out to 2025. Cool. Very nice.
Yeah.
So this, I mean, I could leave it there, but we do have one. We could do one more story,
Okay.
which I may just do because it's related to the final game in the piece, which is that RGG have announced that they are doing a new showcase.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to find the stories.
Uh-huh.
So yep. So I was just trying to find the date. So yeah, RGG or Ryu Gataku, or how you pronounce it. I just call them RGG Studios because I'm a Philistine.
Yes.
Summit 2024 is airing at September 20th, which is about 11 a.m. BST. And it is very likely that they are going to announce the next Like a Dragon / Yakuza game.
Ooh, right. Okay. Okay.
So yeah.
Uh Also, what Nana said.
Yes, this was another story that I considered talking about.
Right?
But the director
We
of Dragon's
we
Dogma
did
2,
we did talk about the Sonic movie. You just
we
missed
did.
it, Manic. We did. We
Yeah.
talked about it.
So anyway, so after directing Dragon's Dogma 2, Hideki Itsuno is leaving Capcom after 20
Oh,
years.
wow.
I think this is
Wow.
pre-planned long before the game
Oh,
came out. So,
definitely, definitely, definitely.
but,
Absolutely. So, okay. Manic. Okay, so we were talking about that earlier. Manic has said some people are saying there might be another character in the movie that's been edited out in the trailers. We were discussing whether it was Metal Sonic or not. I think it is.
yeah, I
I
don't
think
think it
it
is,
is.
but you
He
know.
does not think it is.
Yeah,
I
but
think it is.
Danka raised a compelling point that
Mhm.
makes me believe, maybe think otherwise, but I'm still not sold.
Oh, and then Amy, of course.
Ugh.
Amy could
Can we
show up.
can we not? Can the
But
Sonic Law just forget Amy exists?
well, but I mean, what's the bat's name? I forgot her name.
Rouge the Bat,
Rouge the Bat. We need a
as
female.
stated.
Thank you, Manic.
Yeah.
Uh, we need a female character. We do.
Yes,
Amy
but we
and Rouge
don't.
is it.
But we don't need them.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see. But I do love the
No,
idea of
no
Metal Sonic
no. So
coming out.
Amy is annoying as all living hell, and Rouge is
Right.
basically there just for the Rule 34ers.
I know. I love
So
Rouge
let's
for that
not.
reason.
So let's not.
I
Anyway,
absolutely adore Rouge for that reason,
but
by the way.
yes, but that's going to do it for this week's news
Yes.
and roundups of showcases.
Yes, absolutely. It's been
Kylie, let's take us towards the finish line.
we will head towards the finish line. So we hope you have enjoyed this episode where we have talked about everything and nothing concerning the Nintendo Direct and a few other things. But Pete, outside of this wonderful, beautiful, fabulous podcast that you can find here every week on Sunday at 7, where else can they find you?
You can find me on the Neville Watchers podcast, which is a movie and TV show based podcast. So we deal with the passive medium, whilst I deal with the active one on here. Um, Thank you to everyone who's voted in the recent poll that was up on the Rapid Reviews
Yes.
Discord channel. I believe it was also on Modern Escapism, so thank you very much for getting involved. The next movie has been decided, and we are currently trying to think of logistics of how to cover it because it's not on streaming services, which is annoying. So, for those who might be interested, we are going to be watching the 1993. Some might call it a classic. Some might call it a piece of crap. I'd call it a piece of crap. Possibly. Super Mario Brothers.
Oh, that's a crazy, crazy, crazy movie.
Yes.
I don't know how I feel about it.
Once we have got the episode recorded and edited and all of that, I will let you know. But we should hopefully be recording pretty soon on that one because we've been away for quite a while.
Yes,
Uh,
absolutely.
for all other things, you can find me guesting on some other podcasts, including Game and Chat with
Where
Mike Tendo, best friend of the show, and Kiley's
yes,
obviously going to appear soon. I was going to let you cover that one, but
I was gonna say Pete's been on there. I've been on there. Mags has been on there. Pay attention to it. Game and Chat is what it's
yeah.
called.
I might give you a slight spoiler. I will be making a reappearance on it pretty
Oh,
soon.
really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There is something coming up that involves a certain property that might be having that might require 4 people. So keep a lookout for that.
Okay.
I'm not giving the game away. It's not my podcast.
Interesting. Very interesting. But yes. So I think that's gonna do it, except
No, it's
for
not, Kylie. Tell everyone when they can find you, your streams, and all
okay.
the goodness.
Come find me streaming Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Now, since I found out that Mags is streaming Star Wars Outlaws, I might actually flip mine. I think I'll stream Hatoful Boyfriend on Monday and then Outlaws on Wednesday. But yes, please come over to me, twitch.tv/KILEY_WILDE. Um, and I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 7 p.m. UK time. Sometimes I do sneaky streams, sometimes, and those are usually Hitman or some cozy streams I kind of have lined up. My cozy streams don't do so good though. My Hitman streams do really good. But I think on Monday I will probably be streaming Hatoful Boyfriend. I don't normally stream weird games on Monday, but I think this time we're gonna go ahead and do it. Um, but yeah, I would love for you to come along. I'm trying to reach affiliate. I'm at 35 followers. I need to hit 50. So what is that? 15?
35,
Isn't it?
yeah, 15.
Yeah, 15. So
15.
15 people come please follow me. I would appreciate it so much. So much. But you can find me over on I'm on YouTube, I'm on TikTok. Just look up Kiley Wilde. For whatever reason, I do not understand, YouTube and TikTok have taken off.
Yeah, sorry, just to interrupt
Go
slightly.
ahead.
For those who are listening when this goes out, or for those watching the VOD or on YouTube, all of those links will be in the show notes. Please let us
Woo!
know if obviously those links don't work because I might have to do some jiggling around with them.
It's
Jiggling physics or jizzle
ooh,
physics.
jizzle physics. But it's crazy to me, Pete, because I'm like super old. Uh,
Oh, come on. Look, the fact that Nana's been posting up shorts and they seem to be doing all right and we're both old, it's fine.
apparently, people really like old ladies playing video games. There you go. And
Or
then
falling off chairs.
or falling off chairs, or making your mama jokes. Oh my gosh, the short of me making a your mama joke has just like totally taken off on both YouTube and TikTok. Uh, so I will continue to make your mama jokes. But yes, do catch me Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If you can follow me on YouTube, I would. Oh my gosh, I would absolutely appreciate it. I just got a new follower. That's why I keep looking at my iPad. I do
Nice.
apologize. Uh, but um, and TikTok. If you follow me on TikTok, I've got 2 followers on TikToks on the TikToks, and yet I've got like over 1,000 views and like over 30 million likes and stuff like that. I need to get followers now, but we'll talk about that after the show. Anyway, thank you so much for everyone who has joined us tonight on
Thank you.
our Nintendo Direct kind of summation. Yeah, that makes sense. Uh, yes. So, and this is poop. Hello. Uh, so we thank you so much for joining us. Now we're going to do a little bit. If you join us over at www.twitch.tv/rapid reviews, we like to do a little bit of an after show. It's only about 2 or 3 minutes. Um, But you can join us over there. But in the meantime, we're going to say goodbye tonight, and we will see you and watch you. No, that's wrong.
and talk to you.
Talk to you. Wow, I've got stuff on my brain. We'll see you and talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye. Make Capcom vs SNK free.
Thus ends the podcast portion. And holy crap, did I mess that outro up? Uh, but we will. Oh, thank you so much, Nana. Says great episode.
Thank you, Nana.
We will talk probably for another
5
6
minutes.
minutes. Yeah, 5 6 minutes. And then we'll wrap it up. I drank an entire bottle of wine. Wow.
Nothing surprises me anymore ever.
It shouldn't. Thank you so much, Manic. Max says it was a grand episode. Thank you.
Yep. Go on.
Nana says also, Pete, they've mentioned they do want to do that, so maybe in the future.
I think, and this is total theory time, Pete Theory Corner, that once support has ended for Street Fighter 6 and
Oh yeah.
and Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, that will be the next game on the agenda. It will be solely made by Capcom. There will be strong input from SNK. They don't want to dilute either one of their properties, like they did back in the 90s and the 2000s. So I am going to predict it will probably likely be a 2027 game.
Ooh, 2027.
Potentially, if they're in the early stages of planning.
That's cray.
It depends though, but if they bring it back, do they bring back roll cancelling? Do they just go in a completely new direction?
Yep.
But yeah,
Absolutely.
that's just my wild prediction. If it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. But I'll be happy to see it return again. But
Yeah.
I'm just happy to see Capcom vs SNK 2 back.
Absolutely.
And Power Stone, man. Like,
Yeah.
people have been wanting a new Power Stone for years. So for Capcom to actually officially
Yeah.
acknowledge it in a collection gives people a lot more hope. And the Capcom League probably did help with that as well when they said that there was a new Power Stone possibly. It could be actually that the Power Stone that they had in the trademarks or the what in that league actually was this collection.
Right. Absolutely.
We don't know, but who knows? If this does well, they might consider that previous franchises might come back. Who knows? Stranger things have happened.
That is very true.
Like Croc, Legend of the Gobbos returning.
Like, I'm pretty sure we have said on past episodes that Croc was never going to return and Gex was never going to return.
And yet both of them have returned.
Exactly. I've started to learn that anytime I say it's not going to happen, like, what is it? Black and White, I said was not going to happen.
Yeah.
I said
Peter Molyneux was never going to return to the games industry.
exactly. I said that. What is it? Oh, frick. What is it? The Ubisoft game, the pirate game.
Skull and Bones.
Skull and Bones. I said Skull and Bones is never coming out.
Never coming out.
Never coming
out.
And it did. And it came out.
And it bombed.
And it bombed. Like, it's
well, would you say bombed or got shot out of a cannon?
Well, I was gonna say cannonballed.
That was even better. That was even better. Well done.
Says, again, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they make some retro revival stuff, since there's not a lot we know about the Capcom besides Monster Hunter.
Yeah. Well, we've obviously got Monster Hunter. We've got rumors going around about Resident Evil 9 as well.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's about it. But also, they keep releasing Phoenix Wright collections, but yet there's not one single new Phoenix Wright game that's come out since the 3DS ones. Or, damn it, just of all these collections, right? And I'm glad that obviously the Investigation series is finally coming over to the West. It's quite nice that, especially the second game, which never did. It would be nice if they re-released, because it is now incredibly rare
Right.
annoyingly, and I wish I would have bought it, was Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright.
There you go. Oh, wow. Yeah.
But that would require obviously a lot of work to be done between Capcom and Level
Yes.
5 again.
Yeah, definitely. But actually, Dennis says I feel next year we get a Mega Man game or at least Star Force slash Legends collection.
Uh, People have been wanting them to make Mega Man X9 for
Yeah,
years.
yeah,
And
I know that.
I think the problem with that is that the X collection did really well. The Mega Man collections did really well, but their first forte into a new Mega Man game, which was 11, didn't do so well,
Yeah.
which is a shame because it looked really fun. But I think the precedent will be set there is that sometimes these collections don't always translate into sales of new games.
That's very true. Ah,
But it is just as easy to make a collection and slap some rollback netcode on it and people eat it up.
that's very true. All right, I think we're going to wrap it up, as I often say. But we do thank everyone for joining us. We've had a great chat tonight. Thank you so much for everyone that has been in chat tonight. We've
You rule.
appreciated it. You absolutely rule. But do come follow me over at KILEY_WILDE.
Well, we would also keep following the podcast
Yes,
wherever it
follow
goes,
the
share it around and all
yeah.
that. Yeah, we wouldn't still
Do all
be here
that.
if it wasn't for you guys and
Oh,
gals.
that is definitely true. You guys make this possible. But we thank you so much. And so we're going to wrap it up now. And we will see you and also talk to you. What the heck did I say on the podcast, Pete?
I don't know. See you and watch you, I
Why did
think.
I say that? It's because I drank an entire bottle of wine.
And also probably because you're still in stream mode, I guess.
I am. I'm absolutely in streamer mode. Like, I'm so excited about tomorrow. Oh,
Yeah.
tomorrow I'll be streaming Hatoful Boyfriend. I've decided. I'm not doing
Okay.
Outlaws. Anyway,
No problem.
thank you so much for everyone who stopped by. You guys are amazing and you
Yeah.
mean the
Thank you so
world to
much.
us. So we will see you and actually talk to you next week. Bye.